Atmosphere inside the stadium as the two sides exchange handshakes. Well, Cameroon's Claudine Mefometu is injured. They recall Aurel Owona into their starting lineup. She played against Canada but sat out the defeat to the Netherlands. Augustina Jangwe plays her first match of the finals. Ajara Nchout is back too. She scored 4 years ago in the World Cup in a 2-1 defeat to Japan. And number 22, Michaela Abam, plays her club football in France with Paris FC. Gaël Nganami leading the line. Couple on yellow cards treading the line. Well, our referee today is Katerina Monzel of Ukraine. She took charge of Germany's 1-0 win over Spain in Valenciennes 8 days ago, and also the World Cup final between the United States and Japan in Vancouver 4 years ago. The toss would appear to have been won by Ali Riley, the captain of New Zealand. The VAR official is Massimiliano Irati of Italy, a role he performed for the Men's World Cup final 12 months ago in Russia. So New Zealand are without the injured CJ Bott, the right back. She fractured her wrist and has had to have surgery. Anna Green comes in, first start at these World Cup finals. Katie Duncan replaces Betsy Hassett in midfield. Gregorius and White are still together up front as they pursue the goals that have so far been missing. And coach Tom Samani has abandoned his usual 4-4-2. It's a 5-3-2 for New Zealand. All in white. New Zealand, Cameroon in their familiar green shirts, red shorts, yellow socks. Erin Naylor, New Zealand's goalkeeper, making her way into the shade, away on the right-hand side. Sarah Gregorius up front for New Zealand. And off we go, slightly prematurely. Katerina Monzel had not quite blown her whistle. She has now, and take two. Cameroon get the game underway, kicking from left to right against New Zealand, all in white. Layoff from Rosie White, ball is tucked back into White. And Rebecca Stott giving her goalkeeper Erin Naylor a first touch. That's how the group looks at the start of play. A draw between Cameroon and New Zealand would eliminate them both. So we should expect this to be a game in which both sides are on the front foot. Here's Olivia Chance for New Zealand. Chance with the little flick forward. First chase on here. Michaela Abam off after it, can't quite reach it. Gave it a good go. Alan Jumfa only took over in January. He was actually their fitness coach at the 2018 African Cup of Nations, which was the qualifying tournament for these finals for the African Confederation. Cameroon came third, losing their semi-final to Nigeria in a penalty shootout, but then beating Mali in the all-important third, fourth place playoff. Gregorius, good challenge. Well covered, Ajara Nchout. Riley here. That's Cameroon's throw. Just failed to keep it in play. New Zealand's captain under pressure from Jeanette Yango. Ganami getting involved for Cameroon. And Nchout did well here. Katie Duncan having to put it away and out of play for the throw-in to Cameroon, taken by, on this right-hand side, Luko. Estelle Johnson in the middle of the back line for Cameroon. And that's Ngo Ndong with a very poor clearance. Shadijo managing to tidy it up, but New Zealand have possession with Katie Duncan. Katie Bowen off after this for New Zealand. That's played off Bowen. It's going to be a goal kick to Cameroon. Strong defending from Yvonne Luko. There is Tom Samani. Scottish-born, vastly experienced. He turns 65 next month and is actually the oldest coach at these finals. Stott for New Zealand. Bowen out of play for Cameroon's throwing. A bit careless from Bowen. Nguene battling for it and winning it. Shadijo claiming that it should be Cameroon's throw-in, but it's gone the other way. White. Given away a little carelessly from White to Fredijo. Abam back into Fredijo. Yango chasing. Green in a bit of bother here, but she was fouled by Michaela Abam. Third World Cup for Erin Naylor. Flick on by White towards Gregorius. Estelle Johnson got a head on it, helped up towards the figure of Ajara Nchout over the halfway line. It's done well, finding Nguene here. Overlapping run from Luko. Luko can provide the cross, three in the middle. Half cleared away, Abam trying to get onto it. Here's Gregorius. It's a free kick. Njangwe with the foul on Gregorius. Gregorius and White up front for New Zealand have 60 international goals between them in just over 200 caps combined. Gregorius there, 35 goals in 97. Rosie White, number 13, 25 goals in 105. But none in this tournament so far. Here is White. Bowen forward, comfortably cut out by Luco. And shoot here. And Ngannou, that's a good ball. Michaela Abam. Very good block from Riley. Offside against Abam anyway. It wouldn't have counted, but Ali Riley wasn't to know that. Look how well she did. Correct decision. Great covering, though, from the New Zealand skipper. Abby Urseg. Stott. Bowen. Out of play off Ongene. Ooh, that was risky. Got away with it. Rebecca Stott. That's gone out of play. It's going to be a throw into Cameroon, who started slightly the brighter of the two sides, you would say. Gail Ngannou up front has just left Malaga, relegated out of the top flight in Spain in her club football. Scored a hat-trick in a World Cup finals, has Ngannou. That was their first ever game in a finals 4 years ago in Canada. They beat Ecuador 6-0. What an introduction to World Cup finals football it was for Cameroon. Olivia Chance for New Zealand. Estelle Johnson in front of her. Chance. Well defended by Johnson. Green. Chance. Little flick off. Didn't quite find its intended target. That was Katie Duncan. Michaela Abam. Good battling from Gregorius. She's won it, and fairly. Rhea Percival. Stott. The rangy run from midfield into the feet of Gregorius. Neat from New Zealand this. Bowen. Percival. Percival's ball in, too close to Ngo and Dom in the Cameroon goal, and too far from Rosie White. Might have been offside anyway, White actually. I think she'd just gone too early there. Immaterial because the ball didn't reach her. Riley. Ngo and Dom. Again, not the best clearance from Cameroon goalkeeper. Riley for Green. High towards White. Offside. Alexander Ardasheva with the flag on the far side. Long clearance away downfield, too long for Michaela Abam. White, that's a nice little flick off to Percival. Chance, can't quite reach it. Shoot with the header on towards Ngannou. Back towards goalkeeper Naylor. Naylor's clearance away downfield for New Zealand. It's a free kick. Jeanette Yango fouled here. Rhea Percival bumping into the back of her. Giving the ball away to Rosie White here. It might be a break on. Up towards Gregorius. Well read that and cut out by Awoma for Cameroon. Awoma into the feet of Fudijo. Jangwe forward. Good touch from Nchout. She's been involved early on. Decent ball as well. Ongwene here. Just wide. Well, Ajara Nchout has really got herself involved in the opening 11 or 12 minutes of this game. Did ever so well, Cameroon number 3. When it fell to Gabriella Budi-Ongwene, she got the shot away. A little bit of curl on it. Had Naylor scampering, but in the end, not enough curl from Cameroon's point of view. Nchout again. Michaela Abam. Gabriella Ongwene here. Scored Cameroon's goal in the 3-1 defeat to the Netherlands. Ongwene. Abam. Looking for Abam again and clattered away from just outside the penalty area for New Zealand. Rosie White here. Good challenge, took it away from White. Fudijo's a bit too strong for her. And Augustine Jangwe a bit too strong with the forward ball, straight out of play. Very good start to the game. Ajara Nchout. Green. New Zealand's throw. Put out of play by Green. He's definitely the star of the show for Cameroon, the number 17, Gail Nganami, former African Player of the Year 4 years ago. And she has just won them a corner. Estelle Johnson coming up from the back. There she is. Abam is also there. It's a mighty long way out to hit a shot, but Yvonne Lucot thought she'd take it on. Naylor's clearance. Riley just unable to keep the ball in play. Well, both of these sides, to a certain extent, have played football designed to stifle the opposition so far in this tournament. Ali Riley was talking about it in her press conference prior to their first game, which was in Le Havre against the Netherlands, that often they find themselves in a position of trying to keep it 0-0 and then trying to keep a score down. Well, this is no place for those kind of tactics today. Both sides have to win. Good defending by Stock to keep the ball away from Abam. Hence the change in formation, certainly for New Zealand. Coach Tom Samani gave a hint that that was something he had up his sleeve when he was talking about formations in Grenoble prior to their game against Canada. He sees this 5-3-2 formation as an attacking option. Cameroon used it very much as a defensive option when they played Canada. Ngo Ndom in the Cameroon goal. Yango. Jangwe. Yango. Nguene and swap flanks. Clearances straight to Ajara Nchout. Yango again under pressure. Good challenge by Ria Percival. Couldn't pick out Gregorius. Estelle Johnson back to Ria Percival, ricocheting Cameroon's way. Ajara Nchout here. Both sides struggling to keep possession. This is Rebecca Stott. Given away to Michaela Aban. Jeanette Yango, good ball that. Nguene here. Naylor gets her hands on it. The attempted chip wasn't quite chipped enough. Gabrielle Nguene unable to loft it over the top of Erin Naylor. Riley, Chance. Gregorius ahead of her to the right-hand side. Olivia Chance here. Good run. Estelle Johnson came across really well. Strong, firm challenge by Johnson. Here's Riley. Brushed off the ball fairly by Awoma, says the referee from Ukraine. Riley is still down for New Zealand. Bowen here to Stott. Riley's just picked herself up. Stott infield to Duncan. Duncan looking for Chance. Oh, she was onside, I think. If she controlled that, she might have been in. Good ball. Nguene in behind, definitely onside. Just didn't loft it enough. Comfortable for Naylor, really. Well, comfortable-ish. White chasing. Good turn of pace from Johnson. Jangwe with the clearing header. Riley. Olivia Chance. And shoot for Cameroon. Augustina Jangwe. Well won. Stott off and running. Fairly even. A result which does neither nation any good at all. "20 minutes played and both sides have given possession away over 50 times each." Riley forward. Clattered away by Awoma, collected by Nguene. Nguene trying to get the better of Katie Bowen, couldn't quite. See how Ajara Nchout gets on. She's found a way around Katie Duncan. New Zealand's Olivia Chance is injured inside the Cameroon half of the field at the moment. The ball's down the other end. Gail Nganumi, a good challenge on her. Driven cross. Shot is comfortably blocked for New Zealand. recovered. Now, chance finding Riley. Gregorius. Olivia Chance onside. And getting... Oh, Whistler's gone. She's put the shot over the bar anyway. I wonder if there was a handball in there. Let's have a look. Yes. RL Awoma with the attempted clearance, which rebounded off Olivia Chance. Who definitely does have a problem. She was down in this kind of position as Cameroon were attacking just before that New Zealand breakaway, which finished up with her shot going over the bar. And she's got a problem here. And that's how she got it, trodden on by Michaela Abam. It's her first major tournament of any kind, this. They've been out of contention for New Zealand for some time, almost 2 years, before brought back by Tom Samani. Not only back into the squad, but back into the team as recently as April of this year. Ajara Nchout, the coach of Cameroon, turning water carrier. Well, Olivia Chance is back on her feet, but will have to leave the pitch, having had treatment. New Zealand subs warming up. Don't think they'll be needed just yet. Annalie Longo, who we caught a glimpse of there, number 10, has come on in both their previous games. Would bring a lot of experience to the 11 as well, Annalie Longo. 119 international appearances she's made. And shoot. And gonna meet and out by Stott. Olivia Chance is back on. Thought Rebecca Stott had a very good game against Canada. That's a good ball in and curling straight into the gloves of Naylor. It was a very well struck cross from RL Awona. So Cameroon have had a little more possession and a lot more shots, but only one on target. It's New Zealand's problem. Neat and tidy, but not enough threat. Here's Riley. Green. Naylor to Green. Riley. Duncan back to Riley. Now Green forward towards Gregorius. Beaten in the air by the powerful RL Awoma, but illegally so, and it's a free kick to New Zealand. Sarah Gregorius probably heard her coming. Ow, she said. Rhea Percival is going to take this free kick for New Zealand. Well, New Zealand's most capped player, 146 today. Ukrainian referee who speaks perfect English, trying to get across something to Yvonne Luko. Ria Percival with a free kick. Headed more up than out. This is dropping. Fell Cameroon's way. They might break here and shoot. Abam trying to keep the ball in play and can't. Gregorius. Nice little turn. Duncan, Urseg. Green. Good ball, Gregorius is there. Unlucky, tried to find Ria Percival. Lovely ball into Gregorius and a good cushioned header for the run of Percival. Probably New Zealand's best passage of play so far, that. Here's Katie Duncan, White. Gregorius can't reach that. She did reach this, great ball. Had the awareness to look for the run of Percival. A run which hadn't really been tracked. Just couldn't reach it. Michaela Abam. Bowen's challenge. Round of 16 will be completed with 4 fixtures today. It's a goal kick to New Zealand. And the other match in this Group E being played simultaneously, still the Netherlands 0, Canada 0. Netherlands with a narrow advantage at the top of the group, courtesy of having scored 1 more goal so far in the group than Canada. As it stands, Cameroon and New Zealand would both be eliminated. And shoot for Cameroon. Just knocked off balance as she tried to deliver the attempt on goal. In fact, she'd sliced it really before the challenge came from Katie Duncan. No hint of a foul. And shoot. Good play by Abby Urseg, getting herself in front of Nganamit. Now is Ongwene. Naylor was brave and got there, did well. But Ongwene is a real threat. Good acceleration from Ongwene and from Naylor in the New Zealand goal. Good goalkeeping. Might have fallen awkwardly here. This would be a major blow for Cameroon if Gabrielle Ongwene was unable to continue. Calling the physios on. Naylor got there first, Ongwene went tumbling. The way she fell, I think, is the problem for Ongwene. It's her right thigh that they're getting ice on. Meantime, New Zealand take a little drinks break and an opportunity to hear some words of wisdom from Tom Samani. Just past the half-hour mark. At the moment, Cameroon the more threatening of the two sides. New Zealand have to work out a way to score a goal. New Zealand do not want to become only the second team ever to go out of 2 World Cups without scoring. Nigeria have done that in the past. New Zealand have done it once. So Gabrielle Ongwene is up and running, and I think is going to be invited back onto the pitch now. She is. Percival with a little flick onto Gregorius. Lashed away for Cameroon by Awoma, dropping in, well controlled by Nganamit here into Nchout. Good challenge on her, well won by Duncan. Olivia Chance forward, but it cannoned away off Yvonne Luco. Nothing to pick between these sides at the moment, 0-0. Erin Nail has been the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. They actually found themselves playing each other in exactly the same circumstances in their only other meeting. A game played at Coventry in England in the 2012 Olympic Games. It was their last group game. Both sides had lost their previous 2. A draw would have eliminated them both. New Zealand ran out 3-1 winners. Quite a lot of the players on show here were also involved in that game some 7 years ago. Duncan, Stott. We've played 34 minutes and Cameroon have been the side having the shots at goal, but they've been mostly, in fact, all really from distance. They have not yet touched the ball inside New Zealand's penalty area, which is incredible with 34 minutes played for a side that has had 5 efforts at goal. Got a free kick here. Referee making sure that the ball is just taken back a stride or 2 by Raisa Fudijo before she delivers this. Fudijo, the number 8 in the middle of those 3 players over the ball. Is it going to be her? Yes, it is. Fudijo's centre, headed away and helped on its way by White for New Zealand, only as far as Cameroon's Janet Yango. Michaela Abam forward. Well taken, Naylor. Up towards White. Came off the head of Johnson. Gregorius trying to scrap it back for New Zealand. Looked like handball, and it was, by Ajara Nchout. New Zealand have the free kick. Long towards the edge of the penalty area. White chasing it for New Zealand. Stab behind for the corner kick. New Zealand's first corner of the game, levelling the corner count at 1 apiece. Well, a consequence of a draw between these two sides would not only eliminate both of these, but would confirm Nigeria. Their progression into the round of 16 would mean that Nigeria would definitely be one of the best fourth-place, third-place teams. It would also mean that Argentina would still have a chance of going through on just 2 points. Here's Percival with the corner. Percival's cross. And Ganymede got something on it, but it hasn't really done the job. Referee's whistle goes, Ajangwe's down. Head injury here. Got to stop play as soon as possible. Augustine Ajangwe. Got clattered by our own player here, I think. In Ganymede, the right elbow making contact with Augustine Ajangwe. Free kick. It'll probably be a drop ball, actually, but referee quite right to stop play. It was a real blow, wasn't it? Look at that. Great to see so many youngsters at the stadiums around France. It's been a real feature of this FIFA Women's World Cup finals in 2019. Creating and growing an enthusiasm for the women's game for the generations that follow. Ajangwe will be back on shortly. It's an uncontested drop ball, as all drop balls are these days. Oh dear. Awoma straight out of play. Riley with the throw. Duncan. Percival. Well, that will probably go down as New Zealand's first attempt. It just about had the strength to reach the goalkeeper Annette Ngondom, and it was on target. Riley. Urseg. Stott. Bowen back into Stott. Likes to come forward from the back. Stott playing it into White, little overhit. Shame that. 3 or 4 times now Rebecca Stott has made that kind of run from the back. Pass into Rosie White was just overhit. Stott's header. Michaela Abam for Cameroon. Goalless in Montpellier. Ajara Nchout. Seen behind by Anna Green. Goalless here and goalless in Reims as well. That would mean that Netherlands would win the group and would play Japan in the round of 16, and that Canada would be the runners-up and play either the United States or Sweden. Here's a good run on Guene, blocked and cleared away by Percival after the block from Duncan. Gregorius, White, chance. Good ball, Gregorius. Just muscled out of it in the end. Again, neat build-up, but Gregorius just unable to find a way through Yvonne Luco, who defended well. Nine years on from her international debut, Sarah Gregorius. 35 international goals makes her the second highest goal scorer ever in New Zealand women's football history. Amber Hearn on 54 is in top spot in that list. New Zealand free kick. Green to take. Last 2 or 3 minutes of the first half. Stott has gone forward. Gregorius is there, as you would expect. Rosie White is there. Olivia Chance is there on the edge of the box. Abby Urseg is in there. It goes in from Green. Well taken. Really good goalkeeping, that by Annette Ngoandom. Voted best goalkeeper at the African Cup of Nations in both 2014 and 2016. She took that well on Gwene off after this. Riley's done well, and Nchout for Cameroon. Looking for offside, New Zealand, but Gwene was dispossessed anyway by a good recovering challenge from Katie Duncan. Duncan's clearance out of play. Urseg. Foul on Gregorius by Awoma. Into the last minute of normal time in the first half, still goalless. Anna Green to take this for New Zealand. He's a little bit short and was easily cut out by Sangwe. Olivia Chance, Riley, Gregorius. Duncan to Percival. Stott. White. Estelle Johnson got something on it. Cleared away only as far as Stott again. That's a good ball. It'll pick out Riley. White's getting in the middle. Chance is getting in the middle. What's the cross like? It's not bad. White got something on it. It's going to be retrieved here by Bowen. 4 white shirts inside the Cameroon penalty area here. Rhea Percival with the flick on. And as we move into a minimum of 3 added minutes at the end of the first half. Better from New Zealand. More threat. There's Urseg. Ooh, Naylor, that was awkward. And Nchout here for Cameroon. And still riding the challenge from Green and then slicing the ball out of play. It was an awkward one. Urseg played it back to Naylor. It was an awkward height and an awkward pace. White with the flick on. Gregorius here. Gregorius looking for Rhea Percival. And it's a New Zealand throw-in. And if either side are going to go in at half-time with their noses in front, they need to get on with it, because there is around about 90 seconds of added time still to play. Katie Duncan New Zealand trying to make history here by winning their first ever match at a Women's World Cup finals. If they don't, then they are eliminated. And it's going to be chastised here by the Ukrainian referee for throwing the ball away from the Cameroon throw-in. And Katie Bowen wisely takes her punishment, which is no more than a word in the ear. They are untainted in terms of disciplinary record, New Zealand. No yellow cards at all. The only side who can boast that. Problem is, they haven't got any goals either. Here's Green. Urseg. Duncan. White. Green. Comfortable take again for Annette Ngo-Ndom. Long clearance from the Cameroon keeper. Referee is looking at her watch and puts the... And away we go. New Zealand with suddenly 5 white shirts charging forward, but the ball given away. And Ganami here, trying to get the better of Abby Ursig. Well, it did need saving. Positive outlook, actually, from both sides in the first 20 seconds of the second half, because New Zealand kicked off and charged upfield, lost the ball. And then Ganami got a shot on target. Chance for New Zealand. Long towards White. Came off her shoulder, shame. Johnson with the clearance. Anna Green riding the challenge, which came from Michaela Abam. It's the group unchanged as we stand. As we stand, Netherlands going through to face Japan in Rennes on Tuesday, and Canada would go through to play either the United States or Sweden in Paris on Monday. More likely the United States, but it can all change. That header is from Rosie White and collected by Annette Ngo-Ndom. Did well to get a head on it under pressure from 2 Cameroon defenders, Luko and Johnson. Flag is up on this near side against White. It's going to be a free kick to Cameroon. The free kick is driven by Arel Awoma. Cleared away by Stott. It's a couple of metres wide, but worth a go. Raisa Fadijo. Well, both sides are going to have to take any sniff of an opportunity to break the deadlock. She watched the ball well, right onto her right foot. Just cut across it a bit, maybe. That's why it bent wide. Percival trying to get Bowen involved. It's Cameroon's throw, guided out of play by Ngwene. Throw in to be taken by Yvonne Luko. Well, the referee wants them to get on with it. Ongwene forward. Stott for New Zealand, settles for the throw. Bowen back to Stott. Stott long up towards Gregorius. Estelle Johnson with a very good header for Cameroon. Fidijo forward. Lovely little dummy. Ongwene in behind here. Super challenge. Abby Ursig, absolutely brilliant challenge. Great football all round. Lovely dummy to get Ongwene away, and Abby Ursig covering brilliantly. Corner kick to Cameroon. Corner will be driven in right-footed by Ajara Nchout all the way to the back post. Got a head on it. Michaela Abam has to chase her own header. Green in front of her. Michaela Abam again, cut out by Bowen. And a goal kick is the result. Look at that dummy, superb. And Nchout leaving it on Ongwene. Thought she was in. Abby Ursig had different ideas. Whistle has gone. And Ganymede was preventing the free kick from being taken. Hence the ticking off from the Ukrainian ref. Percival, Stott. Stott on another of those runs forward, trying to find Gregorius here. Flag is up. Sarah Gregorius not too sure about that. Close. A low-scoring group this. They've only had 8 goals in it so far, both games goalless at the moment. New Zealand, Canada and Netherlands are all in the same group 4 years ago. Hold on a second. Ongwene, and still covered by Stott, who've got a bit of Ongwene's boot somewhere around here. Well covered by Stott. Ongwene swung for the ball, made contact, I think, with ball and defender. Canada, New Zealand and Netherlands were in the same group in 2015, 4 years ago, which set a record for the lowest scoring group in FIFA Women's World Cup history. There were 9 goals in the matches 4 years ago between 3 of the sides who come together again. So far, they're breaking the record. Header forward for Cameroon was from Yvonne Luco. It's gone out to play for a New Zealand throw in. Duncan to Stott. Stott under pressure, and it's a foul. Ajara Nchout, who's been as lively as anyone during the game. Cramp. Very early on in the proceedings to get cramp. Only 8 minutes into the second half. First substitution of the game, and Well, coming on for Cameroon is Alexandra Takunda. And a little surprisingly, Gail Nganamit is coming off. So Alexandra Takunda comes on. She is only 18. She'll actually turn 19 on the day of the final in this World Cup on the 7th of July. It's her first appearance at these finals. They'll hope very much that they're not going to be forced into another substitution straight away. It is only cramp. She should be able to work it out of the muscle, but it's going to hurt. Naylor. Stott. Duncan. Ongwene here for Cameroon. 0-0 it remains. That's extremely optimistic from that range from Jeanette Yango. Well, in the other game being played in Reims, the Netherlands, the European champions, have taken the lead. Anouk Dekker with that goal, which consolidates the Netherlands' position at the top of the group. Looks very much like in the round of 16, the European champions, the Netherlands, will be taking on the World Cup runners-up from 4 years ago, Japan. That'll be a good contest in Rennes. Here we are, confirmation of that goal. Netherlands now looking at a perfect record if they keep it that way. These two looking at a plain home unless someone scores a goal. Green. That's a head injury and a free kick for the challenge on Riley. Just being told to be careful, Ijangwe. No cards yet in the game. You hear the support for Cameroon around the Stade de la Mosson. Gregorius. Ijangwe shielded the ball from her. And Nchout, good control. Ongwene was the pass, it just came a little bit too late, allowing Katie Bowen to recover her position. Ongwene is pretty much always the pass. Here she is again. And Nchout on the turn, great turn away from Urseg, lovely goal! Lovely, lovely goal! From the best player on the pitch, Ajara Nchout puts Cameroon in front. So calm inside the penalty area. Brilliant turn this was. Abi Urseg completely beaten and then so calm to just side foot the ball into the corner. Must have been sorely tempting to smash this as hard as possible, but none of that. She turned, saw the corner and just dinked it beyond Naylor. It's a very, very good finish by Ajara Nchout. And will that goal take Cameroon into the last 16? VAR having a look at it, and I would suspect that that's because it hit her up on the shoulder somewhere in the build-up. But the check is over, the goal stands, rightly so. Cameroon 1, New Zealand 0. And now New Zealand have to find 2 goals from somewhere. Well, there are always ripples and knock-on effects as the groups come to their conclusion. One of the consequences of the result staying like this, if it were to be the case, would be that Argentina are knocked out. But there's a while to go yet, just over half an hour. Estelle Johnson forward. Onguene. Well, necessity, the mother of invention, they say, and New Zealand certainly have the necessity. It's bounced off Olivia Chance. Substitute Takunda forward. Nicely done. Onguene once more, put behind by Urseg. Cameroon looking for another goal. It may be all about goal difference as to whether 3 points is enough to take Cameroon through. Winning the game might be enough. Winning it by more than one goal is very much something to be aimed for. And Nchout, who scored the only goal of the game so far, will take this corner kick. Headed out by Urseg. Ojangwe. High and over the top. And Canada have equalised against the Netherlands in routes, as we have a problem with a head injury here. There's a strong coming together between Ria Percival and Augustine Ojangwe. Ojangwe is needing some treatment here. Well, the goal scorer is significant in that game in routes because it's Christine Sinclair for Canada, which means that she and Marta at this tournament have now scored goals in a 5th World Cup finals, which is a record. Christine Sinclair, it's a lovely finish that by Nchout. Christine Sinclair off the mark at this World Cup. Marta has converted 2 penalties. Both are now in a very exclusive club. There's only Sinclair and Marta in that club, having scored in 5 different FIFA Women's World Cup finals. 1-1 in routes between the Netherlands and Canada. 1-0 to Cameroon here. Riley. There's the group as it looks, doesn't change that. 1 and 2, Netherlands still have the advantage over Canada on goals scored. In comes the New Zealand cross. Headed just wide. Just wide, Gregorius. She had to work really hard to get onto this, Gregorius. Look at the movement from the number 11. Moving away from goal, having to angle her neck and try and divert the header. Very difficult. Ball is given away to Katie Duncan. Gregorius, curled in by Ria Percival. That's a good ball. Onguene here. Onguene. Takunda wants it. Onguene went for goal. May get a second chance. Denied by Naylor, and Naylor again. Onguene can't finish, and into the side netting from Michaela Abam. Heroics from Erin Naylor, but really it should be two. Looked suspiciously offside there, actually. Onguene here, a bit selfish there, she had other options. Had a second go, Naylor saved that as well. Takunda saved. And finally into the side netting from Michaela Abam. Had that ended up in the net, I suspect that it may not have counted, because Onguene looked offside. However, credit Erin Naylor there with 3 saves. Here's Olivia Chance, blocked by Ajangwe. There were 3 shots on target in that few seconds for Cameroon, which is as many as we'd had in the whole of the rest of the game. White, corner. Olivia Chance to take this corner kick for New Zealand, who are just beginning to get desperate for a goal. One goal doesn't do them any favours. It gets them nearer to where they need to be, but it doesn't get them there. A draw is no good. In comes the corner kick. Up go the heads. Urseg was beaten by Johnson. Hooked back in by Percival. Lashed away by Takunda. Up towards Onguene with Riley for company. Riley did brilliantly. Naylor for New Zealand. Duncan. Strong challenge, but no foul. Yango ended up flying through the air and falling to the ground. Riley. Urseg. Fewer than 25 minutes to play in Montpellier. Riley. Swung in. Ooh, good header that. Yellow card comes out. It's New Zealand's first yellow card of the entire tournament, and it's Anna Green. Cameroon's record at the moment, 3 points from 3 games, with a goal difference of -2, having scored 4 goals, is exactly the same as Nigeria's in Group A. New Zealand making changes. Green is into the book. Katie Duncan is coming off. And they have thrown on Hassett and they've thrown on Wilkinson as they try to find a goal. Taking off Green and Duncan. Betsy Hassett on, Hannah Wilkinson on. That's Urseg's header. Cross is a good one. The overhead kick was spectacular from Takunda, if over the bar. So at the moment, Cameroon and Nigeria's records are exactly the same in every respect. Got a injury here. So if they were to need to be separated, if only one of them were able to go through as one of the 4 best third-place teams, which would happen if Chile could overturn Thailand by enough goals, or I suppose vice versa, though that's unlikely because Thailand's goal difference is so bad. Much more likely Chile's. That's a yellow card for Takunda, which is exactly what I'm talking about, because the only way of separating Cameroon and Nigeria would be on their disciplinary records. That is Cameroon's 6th yellow card of these World Cup finals so far. They want to try and avoid getting any more. Nigeria have had 5 and a red card, and the red card, which you will remember was for the 2 yellows to Ibere in the concession of the penalty which caused such a fuss, twice taken by Wendy Renard, means that at the moment Nigeria's record is worse than Cameroon's. So if they pick up no more yellow cards and win 1-0, Cameroon are guaranteed to be through to the round of 16, and it would be Nigeria who are at risk from Chile this evening. I hope you get all that. The message for Cameroon has to be, do not get booked. "20 minutes to go." Here's White. Put out of play by Luco. Throw in. Whistle has gone for the foul by the substitute Betsy Hassett. Well, they brought on experience in Wilkinson and Hassett. Hassett winning her 116th cap today for New Zealand. Wilkinson her 93rd. Ongwene with the flick on, and Ongwene again. Ursa covering, Naylor clearing. New Zealand throw. She's been a thorn in their side, Ongwene, all day. Really had a good game. Look at the advantage in terms of shots at goal and on goal for Cameroon, heavily in their favour. Just 2 shots on goal for New Zealand. They need 2 shots to go in the goal, otherwise they're out of the World Cup. Hassett, Bowen, White, out by Johnson. That's Hassett's cross. Oh, it almost fell to White. Wilkinson was in there as well. At the moment, Cameroon are 2 disciplinary points better off than Nigeria, which equates to 2 yellow cards. If they were to end up on the same number of disciplinary points, it would have to draw lots between Cameroon and Nigeria. 17 minutes to go. Forget the bookings, New Zealand need goals. Olivia chance to take. Can she create a chance? Played short, White. White's cross, header from Hassett, oh! Chipped round the post. Saved by Annette Ngoundom. Hassett so close here, screaming for the ball, got it, it's a good header and a fingertip stop. Corner New Zealand. Lofted in towards Wilkinson, Urseg got a head on it. Good header this. Good save too. Look at that. Looks goal bound until the touch. Oh, that's creeping in. It's a great save. It's a magnificent save by Ngoundom. That might just keep Cameroon in the World Cup. Urseg. Takunda's throw. Urseg. Hassett. Chance. White, and Chance onto this. Wilkinson and Gregorius are forward. Olivia Chance has to get the pass right. Drove it straight into the defender for Cameroon, who was Raisa Fadijo. Chance having another go. Fadijo's got herself between Chance and the ball. Urseg, Riley, Percival. Gregorius. Bowen for New Zealand. Hassett, no, smashed away again for Cameroon by Luko. Up towards Ongwene. Takunda's in this attack, but no one else. Ongwene. And still, well, now Abam has arrived in the attack. Ongwene still trying to turn Urseg. In the end, tried to do too much. Urseg wasn't having it. Olivia Chance forward. Michaela Abam for Cameroon. Ojangwe forward. Offside flag was up, free kick to New Zealand. Netherlands have taken the lead against Canada in Reims. Now 2-1. That was a very tight call, but a correct one against Takunda. This was remarkable, this. Absolutely superb goalkeeping from Erin Naylor. A breaking play for an injury as we see these Naylor saves. That was probably the best of them, stretching low to her left. And then Michaela Abam into the side netting a little wastefully. It's Ongwene, I think, who is down. It is. Close and getting closer. Cameroon, who reached the round of 16 4 years ago in the 2015 World Cup finals, and who, as it stands, would do so again. Netherlands to win the group, Canada runners-up. If things stay as they are, and that includes yellow cards as well as goals, then Cameroon would progress. Their disciplinary record being better than Nigeria's would make them the third best, third best ranked of the fourth place teams so far, with Nigeria fourth ranked and at risk of losing that place to Chile later today. Nguene back on. We have 11.5 minutes to play. New Zealand, who are actually one of the bidding nations to host the next FIFA Women's World Cup finals in 2023. Chance. That decision, I believe, will be taken in March of next year. Riley. Bowen. Curling ball. Awkward one, own goal! Own goal! Ajara Nchout has volleyed into her own net, and that could knock Cameroon out of the World Cup. Well, it's a good ball in from Bowen. You've got to feel sorry for her. Ajara Nchout has scored an own goal, and that's devastating for Cameroon. Felt she couldn't leave it because White was behind her, but she sliced it horribly, horribly into her own net. The 6th own goal at these World Cup finals, and it could be one that eliminates Cameroon. Well, they are still third place, Cameroon, in the group, but 1 point would not be enough to progress. Again, high drama in these finals. Up goes the ball, headed on by Urseg. Now New Zealand are 1 goal away from a chance of going through themselves. Gregorius. It's only the 8th time they've scored a goal in a World Cup finals, New Zealand. It's their 15th game. They've never won. Well, if New Zealand can win this game by 2-1, they would then be guaranteed of progression for exactly the same reasons that Cameroon were before that own goal, because their disciplinary record is, well, they've only had 1 yellow card the whole tournament, so it's miles better than Nigeria's. If they can score again, New Zealand, in the next 8 minutes plus added time, then they have progressed into the knockout stage of a FIFA Women's World Cup finals for the very first time. If, here comes Hassett, here's White, through the challenge, cleared away by Johnson. And shoot forward on Nguene. Either side now are in a position where, because of the disciplinary situation, they know that if they win the game, they are through. And Cameroon are about to make a substitution. Ninon Abena is going to be coming on. Her first appearance ever in a World Cup final. She was there 4 years ago, didn't play. Riley. So here's the change. Ninon Abena coming on for Jeanette Yango. So if Cameroon win 2-1, they would go through because they would have scored more goals than Nigeria. If New Zealand win 2-1, they would go through because they've received fewer yellow cards than Nigeria. If it stays 1-1, they're both out. And Nigeria are through. And then later today, Chile and Thailand would play each other, knowing that the winner in that game would be guaranteed to go through at Argentina's expense. I hope you're getting all this, and test you later. Erin Naylor. Michaela Abam for Cameroon. Abam. Door closed in front of her. Percival. Estelle Johnson here. Nchout. It's been a much better second half than it was first. Ejangwe here. Olivia Chance. Might be a break on. That's a good ball. It's worth chasing. Wilkinson's going to do that, and she's reached it. Gregorius is in the middle. White is in the middle. Vital that that challenge was won, and it was won by Awoma, scorer of the own goal, which at the moment could prove Cameroon's undoing. But that was a great challenge. Here's Riley. Percival, Bowen, out of play by Yvonne Luco, throw in New Zealand, play to Hassett, Johnson just reacted in time, forward it goes to Ongwene, Urseg is there, Stott coming forward, losing possession to Abena, Ongwene here, Takunda in the middle, well done, Urseg, and it came off a Cameroon boot on its way. Ongwene is absolutely shocked by that, but it's a New Zealand throw. Quite rightly too. Flicked on by White, Gregorius, Wilkinson, Wilkinson! Olivia Chance, wide! Opened up here, Wilkinson decided not to go alone, fed Olivia Chance, she was falling as she hit it and couldn't direct it goalwards. They may not get a better opportunity than that. Flag is up here against Ongwene. Change, Olivia Chance is coming off for New Zealand. Annalie Longo comes on. She's never scored an international goal, Olivia Chance. Had she broken her duck there, it would have put New Zealand into the knockout phase. But Longo is on, Chance is off. Free kick to New Zealand, given against Ongwene. It's going to be taken by Katie Bowen, and it's driven long. Urseg is up there, volleyed away. Takunda here for Cameroon, looking for Ongwene. Very calm defensive header from Katie Bowen. Percival to Riley. Urseg staying up now, and that's a good header. Longo's ball into the box, Johnson with the clearance. Takunda. Ongwene couldn't control. Johnson came off the head of Longo. White sniffing. Ngo Ndom is there. Oh, agonising. The tension is palpable. Ongwene here. Ongwene through, it's a great ball. Nchout, brilliant covering challenge. Great defending. Whistle blown anyway. Brilliantly defended by Riley here. Captain's knock here. Take it off the toe of Ajara Nchout. Well, they've had so many more attempts, Cameroon. And in the end, if it stays like this, it's one of their own, Aurel Awona, who was raised in France, whose own goal is the difference, and there she is, making amends with another good clearance, Awoma. Riley's header. Percival. Johnson for Cameroon. Hassett for New Zealand. Urseg for New Zealand. And Nchout for Cameroon. Urseg got a good foot in. Long from Abena, finding Ongwene. Ongwene here. She got the quality to wriggle through. And she looked for goal. Went to her right-hand side. If she'd looked up, she'd have seen Ajara Nchout. Unlucky, it just touched her left toe as the right foot was arriving. We're into added time, and there's going to be a minimum of 5 minutes of it. And if no one scores, they're both out. Longo, no foul. Fodijo for Cameroon. One back brilliantly. Oh, free kick is given. Well, New Zealand thought for a minute that Rosie White had won that ball fairly. Decision is that she had not. And it has to be the right decision. The left boot here, high over the top of the ball and catching the defender. That is the moment which has destroyed Cameroon's dreams, I'm afraid. She's going to need consoling. She's played really, really well, but at the moment that own goal is knocking them out. Takunda, Fodijo, Ejangwe forward. Ongwene for Cameroon. Ongwene still. The shot from Abena charged down. Abam! It was there for her. The chance was there for her. Another let off for New Zealand. You can't help wondering if there might be a sting in the tail and a New Zealand goal here. Wilkinson chasing, and Goendon did well. Nchout, Takunda, Nchout, good ball, Ongwene, Ongwene! Story of her game. Off target. Urseg's header on. Wilkinson, Annalie Longo, Wilkinson. Gregorius in the middle, headed away. Stott, Urseg, the centre halves are all forward now. Abby Urseg for New Zealand. Stott, poor ball. Cameroon can break. Ongwene won't reach it though. New Zealand throw-in. It's an incredible finale. That's a free kick for a foul on Sarah Gregorius. That's canny play from the New Zealand striker. Winning the free kick. And a chance to launch it, and they'll all go up here. Stott will go up. Urseg's up there anyway. White's there. Wilkinson's there. Hassett's there. Goalkeeper Erin Naylor's going to take it so they can get another white shirt forward. Only Ali Riley is going to stay back as the referee speaks to Yvonne Luco. Well, this is it now. This is well and truly it now. 90 seconds to play. New Zealand's goalkeeper, Erin Naylor, will fire this towards the Cameroon penalty area. In it goes. Urseg climbs. Where's this dropping? Ngo Dom has lost it. Whistle's gone. Hassett's shot was off target anyway, but it was always likely to be a foul. Once the boots were flying in there, Ngo Dom was caught by Katie Bowen. It's a free kick to Cameroon. That might be New Zealand's last chance. Is there time for Cameroon to force one last chance? Possession key here, and possession has been given away by Luko. New Zealand's throw-in. Takunda though for Cameroon. Headed on by Nguene. Nchout here. Nchout, good turn away from Percival. Another great turn. Nchout has put Cameroon into the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup with a quite outstanding goal. It couldn't have been any later. It couldn't have been any more dramatic. Ajara Nchout has won this game for Cameroon and sent them through. It is redemption for Awoma, who scored the own goal. It is elimination for New Zealand, and it is absolute bedlam for Cameroon. We may not see a more dramatic moment in this World Cup finals than that. Ajara Nchout, absolutely brilliant. Turned Percival once, turned Percival twice, and hit that corner of the net just as she had earlier in the game. The referee has blown the whistle. It was the last kick of the game. I don't think they realise it, but I'm fairly certain that the referee has blown the whistle for full time, and Cameroon have qualified for the knockout stage with the last touch of the match. As the celebrations go on here, they've got players who have just sunk in sheer exhaustion. The full-time whistle has blown. Cameroon are through to the round of 16 with the last kick of the game, and New Zealand are out. What an incredible finish. It has finished in Montpellier. Cameroon 2, New Zealand 1.